from Play to Learn Preschool, and I thought I'd pop in just for a couple minutes on a Friday afternoon to talk to you about what we do for dramatic play. So in our home living area, we have a wooden kitchen set with plastic food and dress-up clothes, and most of the time, about half the time actually, it's just a plain home living. So the students can come over here and play mom and dad, or they can cook or take care of their baby dolls. We change it out with sometimes we'll put different appliances, like we'll put out a mixer and eggs and the little toy flour, and they can pretend like they're baking. But for the most part, it's just a plain home living area, just your typical kitchen setup. What we like to do though is to keep it a little bit exciting. 1 or 2 weeks out of every month, we change it into something really fun. It can be really complicated. Like sometimes I'll set up, if you look on my blog, you'll see that one of my favorite ones to do is set up an airport. We have a security screening area and a travel agent who sells tickets, and there's maps, and it's a whole cockpit with a big control center and costumes. It's really elaborate. We like to do that one in the spring. But like everything we do in preschool, we have to start out simple, because trying to do something elaborate and complicated and complex with students who are still really learning the routine of coming to school, and they don't even know where the toys are supposed to go away, when there's cleanup time, let alone if there's something special out, is a recipe for disaster. We do not want any recipes for disaster in September. So what I'm going to share with you today is a very simple way that we changed out the dramatic play this week. So they had 2 weeks of it as a plain home living center, and then this 3rd week of school we set up a little something special. It's not elaborate, it's not expensive, and they loved it. So we'll start off with something small like this that I'm going to show you, and then next month in October we're going to do something a little more complex, which I can't wait to share with you. So our idea for setting up a fun, easy activity in your dramatic play area is to invite your students to come to a birthday party. And I got almost all of the supplies that I needed for this center at the dollar store. We bought party hats and had to reinforce them with tape because they fall apart and the strings come out. Party plates and party cups. And this is really how we set it up when they first arrived. So we put out the plates and the hats. I have a cake. I love Melissa and Doug's play food. So this is a wooden cake, and they can decorate it with the candles and then decorate all the pieces. And then we put our baby in the high chair with a hat on. So that was their invitation to play. As soon as they came in and started centers, they saw what we had set up and they were so excited. It's the baby's birthday, and we talked about how old would a baby turn and should we sing to her. And then soon after they played that for a while, hi, it's good to see you, Diane. Then they wanted to be the birthday kids. And so with our older kids, we like to use role play name tags for a few reasons. First, so that everybody feels like they're included. Second, some of our students are sometimes hesitant to jump in and play. And so if we give them a role, or they choose a role, or what really happens is somebody else in the class says, you're gonna be the dad, or you're gonna be the cake baker, then they find a way to play, and they start to, they just engage better with the play. Our younger kids are not ready for role play name tags. Listen, our younger kids are barely, they're doing great, but it's like all they can do not to just walk over here and dump everything onto the floor. So they're not into the role play name tags. But the way that it works is we just print a little name tag, and I used my Xyron to laminate the top and stick it down and put it on a string. So somebody might take a turn being the birthday boy or the birthday girl. We might need a mom, and then I have a whole pile of name tags, that just say that they're the friend. So they can just be the person who comes to the party and brings a present, which is super simple. After Monday, then we added a couple of other elements to the birthday dramatic play for our older kids again. Our younger kids, this is enough for them, really. But with our older kids, then we put out some decorations. So This is also from the dollar store, and we bought streamers and put rolls of masking tape so they could decorate the kitchen for the party. They loved that. I think we went through, Gemma's not here this afternoon, she's at home having a nice quiet lunch in her house, but she'll have to correct me. I think we went through 2 full rolls of masking tape because they're still learning. I mean, this is like a learning activity in itself about how to use tape and stick up streamers. So we have a little area over here where they can decorate for the party, and then we also added, I love this, a cleaning station. This is also from Melissa and Doug. We just kind of talked about, like, when you have a party at your house, does your mom do anything special? Does your dad do anything special? And some of them are like, we have to clean our whole house when people come over. I said, you're right. Usually when you have people over for a party, you have to clean. So we put out the cleaning supplies. We have out some paper. They can make cards for the birthday person. But the truth is that at this point in September, the 3rd week of school, they're not 100% ready for that. This is enough for them to just have this little birthday party set up. So it's a simple way to liven up your dramatic play area. When I do workshops, I do a lot of training workshops on dramatic play, and I find that a lot of people are, I don't want to say stuck, but they're, like they always just have it as home living. Maybe a little bit nervous or not sure how to branch out into other areas. This is an easy one to do to start. And the other thing that I tell people is you don't have to have a different dramatic play area every month. If you have a birthday party set up and your kids love it, super. Leave it out for the week, put it away, it's back to just the plain kitchen, and then pull it out again next month. Oh, whose birthday is it this month? They will love it. If that's where your comfort zone is, that's totally fine. I always say in my dramatic play workshops that it's kind of the same if you ever change your kitchen into a restaurant, because that's a really easy one to add a few menus at a tablecloth, a vase of flowers in the middle, and call it a restaurant. Do what you're comfortable with, and as you get to know your children and you get to know how they do dramatic play, it'll be easier to do more complex things. So this is my idea for you for a dramatic play. It's an easy one. I hope that your students love it as much as ours do. We're actually going to get this cleaned up for over the weekend, and it's going to be back just to plain home living for us next week. So guess what else? Miss Gemma and I picked a date and a time for our live tour of the classroom. I'll put a Facebook event on my Facebook page, but mark your calendars. We are going to come to you on Monday, October the 10th at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we will give you a no-holds-barred tour of our entire school. So if you have questions or you want to interact with us, or there's certain things you'd like to see, it's October 10th, it's a Monday at 1 o'clock. We're both going to be here. We're going to show you all the nooks and crannies of the preschool. So I think that's about it. Next week we are going to talk a little bit about our daily schedule. I think that's the question and the comment that we get most. So what's your schedule look like? What does your schedule look like? So I'll talk to you next week about our daily schedule. We'll do that on Monday. And then on Tuesday I'm going to share with you what we use for our pre-K students for their morning work. Yesterday I showed you what we do with our preschool students every day where they have a name activity. I say every day, but they're only here 2 days a week. And then Tuesday I'll show you what we do with our pre-K students. So I think that's it. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm doing a training workshop tomorrow in Northern Virginia on Circle Time, and I've heard from a few of you that you're going to come. How fun is that? So if you're coming tomorrow, make sure you say hi to me so I know that you watch the Facebook videos. I will not be on Facebook Live tomorrow. That's about all I can do is handle the workshop. And we'll see you on Monday when we share our daily schedule. Okay, bye everybody. Have a great weekend.